I've been thinking a lot about grades lately, like whether they make sense or if they're just total BS, and I kind of think I came up with something this last weekend at Independence Pass. Our boy Trevor, who sends like V8s and V9s in the front range, has only sent up to V7 here at Indy Pass, and plenty of the moderately graded climbs have given him a run for his money. Unfortunately, Trevor is really injured at the moment. He's got a TFCC tear in the wrist as well as a hamstring strain that's pretty debilitating for him at the moment. More videos to come on that, but he's not with us this weekend. Is this thing working? Yeah. All right, baby, Independence Pass, first climb. The pyramid, V0. We were hoping it'd be over the water, but this will still be cool. This climb is pretty sweet, and it's also right next to and a great warm-up for what's to come next. All right, pyramid, first climb of the trip. So today, Caroline and I are revisiting one of those moderately graded climbs called Blackbeard. All right, climb number 2 here. We're getting on Blackbeard, kind of tall, kind of sketchy. I don't think it's gonna go great, but we'll give it a go. It's a really difficult or tricky looking dihedral that previously shut us down hard. I guess I shouldn't say that. Caroline hardly really tried it and I only gave it a few proper attempts, but how difficult it was for Trevor at the time really turned us off to it. Most of the time, Trevor flashes or on-site stuff in the grade range that Caroline and I can send. So when he doesn't, it's usually a bit of a red flag, which brings us to my theory. Imagine with me that there are actually 3 graded categories for every climb. The first category is strength. If you have V9 strength, like my boy Trevor, you could possibly crimp your way through this climb without too much consideration for the next 2 categories. I'm not saying that's what Trevor did when he sent this, I'm just saying theoretically. The second category is technique. The first time we were at this area, Caroline and I spent most of our effort and energy on a crimpy V4 next door called Sapphires and Sabres, and it pretty much gassed our fingers, not leaving enough in the tank for this climb to give it proper time to focus on the technique and figuring out the beta that works for us. If you've only got V6 strength like me, it's not going to be enough to rely on, and it's critical to figure out more efficient techniques to make your way up the boulder. So this session, that's what we're really focusing on, efficient technique. This should allow us to alleviate some of the strength requirement on the fingers and possibly some of the aggravation as well. I'm pretty psyched because we're actually making progress this session, but we've still got a bit of a mental barrier to break in order to gain the top, and as you might have guessed, that's where our third category comes into play. Commitment. A V3 move near ground level does not feel the same as that same move near the top of a tall boulder or over a sketchy landing. Also, the style of move makes a big difference. It's a lot scarier to trust bad holds and a smear foot than it is to make a big move between good holds. In classic Indy Pass style, topping this boulder is definitely going to take a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Why are you huge?
Okay, we're gonna give it a proper sun try this time. The plan is to just keep stemming, keep doing the dihedral moves, either palm down or just stemmy feet, and get up a couple moves higher, get into that good hold.
You want to sand?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. No, I don't think so. I'm getting pretty decent at finding ways to relate my recent boulders to the topic of my videos, but to be honest, in this instance, I really didn't have to try at all. Our first session on this boulder, we were cranking away so hard on the crimps and trying to force our way through it with nothing but strength, perfectly exhibiting the first category of grading that I'm proposing. In today's session, we gave it the proper time to actually determine the beta and techniques to get us up the boulder without using so much strength. But that combination of strength and technique only got me to right about here. And now the only thing that's going to get me to the top is commitment. These holds at the lip are good, but not great, and this block on top is sort of separated and a little sketchy feeling, so I don't know, man.
Nice, okay. All right, there you go.
Oh my god.
That looked terrifying. Way to fight for it.
Yeah. Hey-oh. Honestly, the top was easy. It's just, you just commit to the swiveled through, tacked my left foot, and then went up with the right hand. Ultimately, I feel like the V3 grade may not be too crazy for this boulder when you think about it this way. V3 level strength could get you the send if it's matched with V3 level technique and commitment. The more strength and the better technique you have, the less you'll have to rely on the commitment to fill the gap. Perhaps the best grade is the lowest common denominator shared across those three categories. So if a lot of time and focus means that you can get it done with just V3 strength, V3 technique, and V3 commitment, then there's no reason that the grade should be any higher than V3. If any one of those categories couldn't get lower than V4 no matter what you try, maybe the real grade is V4. I've also got a lot of different thoughts on like varying body types and how willing people are to cast their vote for the grade, or the willingness of people to share in sort of the like crowdsourcing grade techniques. I really think that could be a big spot in the future. In the meantime, maybe watch this video that talks more about grades, or if not that one, maybe one of these other ones, or I don't actually know what I'm putting up there yet, but thanks for watching, folks.